Hey Gary, any luck finding those charger parts?
Dude, let me tell you, I've been high and low looking for floor pans and quarter panels, and man, it's like a hunt. I found the trunk pans and the side panel tie-ins, the piece for over the rear end, but the front floor pans are almost impossible right now. Same with quarters, but we do have some quarters that are fairly decent that we could probably lower patch. But maybe we can take the folks in the back with us, and you know, it's another tequila walk, right? So maybe we'll
grab your tequila and let's go. Look at this frickin' thing.
Isn't that crazy?
What do we got going on here?
Well, it gives you an idea what we're going to be looking at, or looking out through the front window at. So we had the mock-up block for the 426, and I actually have these valve covers upstairs from a couple other projects for street rods. So we wanted to get a full idea of what this is going to look like, because we're going to mock up the headers and everything. So this gives you an idea how far out of the hood this is going to come. And this is going to allow us to, you know, get the opening for the hood cut out. We also have got our clearance for the bell housing. See, it's pretty tight, but that'll work. And then we've got the Tremec. And also we've got the makings of, you can sort of see through here.
The whole transmission lines up really
real nice, and you know, it's all centered in here. So the beauty of this is also you have all this nice pieces that Dave's made here, and it's going to act as the console, but it's also for safety reasons too, right? These Fab 9 housings we make in-house. So that's your Fab 9 housing without the center section in. So we're going to make all the bracketry. We've just got it hanging in there right now.
Those rear ends, they come all like flat packed, and then you got to fold them and weld them all together, do you?
You know, we would be lasering them out, but again, we're back to waiting for torch heads. So what we're doing is buying them basically in panels and then assembling them in a jig here. Pretty cool. It's coming along, man. This is the time to get all this done.
Absolutely.
So once we get this done, we'll start with the front and rear suspension and the mounts. We'll get that tin work cut out there, and then we've got to start making templates for the engine bay, the floors, the trunk.
And for the floors, I heard you guys are just doing all custom panels, nothing stock inside there, right?
It's because it's all been restructured, right? So what we'll do is we'll do some nice bead roll panels. Same with the tunnel. We're going to do a custom dash in this, and then in the rear, it's going to be all stereo equipment.
He's going with the full system in this.
He wants the full hog.
Wow.
Like we did on the Mustang, right?
Yep.
So that's going to look real sharp. So, you know, everything's tacked in place right now. We're doing pedal locations and seat locations and stuff like that. There's a lot to it before it's down to, you know, rad areas. We've got to tie in the front lower rails up into the firewall, into this structure and behind the firewall. So there's still a long ways to go, and those will be our mounting points for our front fenders as well. So it's nice to just see the progression of it going. And this is the hard part, you know, because once we've got everything hung, then we can get back to, you know, body and paint.
It'll fly once it's in the body shop then, eh?
Stuff that you get to do.
Fun. And for all the viewers that are just turning into the channel here,
right,
who haven't seen your channel yet, this motor that you got going on here, this Hemi with the blower on it, what's the expected horsepower for this?
It should be about 1,200 horse.
1,200.
Yeah, we can move that up or down a little bit depending on the pulley size, but
this isn't a drag car. This is for a street too.
For the street. So, you know, and who knows, we might end up adding maybe some nitrous or something to it. You know, if this 1,200 is not enough, you know.
So he's going to have some super wide tires under the back too.
Yeah, we're not going to go too crazy. Another project that we're doing for these same folks, we're doing a truck. But on this one here, we wanted to sort of stay in a reasonable size. We didn't want it to be a pro street car.
Right,
so,
and because they're doing the replica or the tribute of the Fast and the Furious.
The Fast and Furious cars. So we have some really cool rims on order from Shot Wheels up in California. There's going to be, the backs were going to be about 18 by 10s. The other one in the other room, the 69, and that's what I've been doing, is digging for parts for this thing, but all this supply chain stuff is just nuts, right? So we found the rear pans, the trunk, the sides. We have some sets of rails. The front pans are back ordered. They're saying September. We're hoping to try and come up with a solution before then. We'll show you, but you can see there's a bit of a twist in that tunnel. It's been hammered by something somewhere down the road. This is what happens when you get these things apart. You find more and more stuff with them.
And that's going to be a Dukes of Hazzard car.
That's the Dukes of Hazzard car.
Cool.
And then what we'll do, we're hoping, Bill and Chris have been slaving away on that 57, so we're hoping another week we can feature that one. And then another one that's up and coming is the Bronco that just came out of the booth. So we're going to be putting that together shortly. Beautiful blue paint on it. It's got a V6 with twin turbos, about 700 horse.
It's a little different.
A little different. You know, it's got a Ford Expedition frame assembly that's been all chopped and channeled and moved around, and then we've got a really cool, like a distressed leather look interior for it that's already made, so that's going to look really sharp too. So we've got some neat stuff coming up. Sometimes it drags out an extra week, but we always get to it. So let's go have a look at the other one.
Let's do it.
All right.
And then we got this one.
And then we got this gem.
What year was this? 69?
69.
69.
Yeah. So all the front end sheet metal, pretty decent. So we're going to blast that. Like I was saying just earlier, that we've got sort of the pans all available from this beam back. And then this is the problem area because nobody's got this front pan. And if you see the wrinkle that's in that tunnel.
Oh yeah.
She's been punched.
Something's going on there.
Yes, she's a little, actually the whole car's a little cockeyed. So we're going to have to do some straightening out. You can see the rod in the floors up at the front here. It's been patched before. Same on the other side, you can see the hole through there. You know, we do have another set of quarters that we could use.
Because these are roasted.
Yeah, these are done. Like most of them, they're all going in the corners. So we probably will, at this point, if I don't really want to wait 2 months for 2 to 3 months for hot and body panels to come in. So we'll probably come up with something ourselves. We'll make that on our own. I'm thinking at this point, that's some miracle shows that we have some. The trunk's the same. You can see how
rotted out. Some the outers aren't bad.
Yeah, you know
the extensions, but
rails are gone. You can see there's just nothing there.
Zero support left. Yeah.
Well, we have a good section for the rear rails and the rear end and everything. We got a bit of a surprise with the motor on this car. The fellow thought that he had a 440. Turns out it's one of the old Max Wedge 413 motors.
That's a surprise.
That's a surprise, and it's not a bad motor, but it needs a bunch of work. So if we're going to put money into something, we're trying to find in the 440 or 383 for it now. So
if anybody out there,
anybody
drop
out
us
there
a
has
message.
one a good deal is that we can rebuild. Let me know. We do have some connections for that, so we're hoping to have something within the next week. We're good on that.
And the roof's looking pretty good on this. Do you know if he's gonna go traditional and do the Confederate flag?
Yep.
It's a little controversy there, but you know what? It is what it is, right?
If people do their history and actually look at it, they'll find out that it's really not what they think.
That's it.
You know what I mean? That's the problem is people jump on the bandwagon sometimes and think that there's something wrong with it. And just read your history, and I don't have a problem doing it.
We got all the parts ripped out of this. Who knows how much of it's going to get reused. But the interior, he's going butterscotch interior, so we won't be using those seats probably. Might get your upholstery to recover them.
What's good though is some of the frames and stuff, Some of the springs are broke and stuff like that, but the meat of it's there. And we'll just do all new seat covers and headliner and stuff like that. This is a completely different sort of build than that beast in the other room, right? Just night and day.
Almost more of a restoration, this one, than anything.
This is more of a restoration. That's it, resto mod. Let's call it that. The 57 is, doors are back off of it because we had a ton of wiring to do. Lots of goodies on this thing. The engine cover is not on it, but beautiful lizard rad. These folks are in Buffalo. Really nice stuff. So this is just the main the balance of the wiring. The March pulley system is in. We've done all the lines. We're just going to stick that module box up in there, and then we've got 2 pieces of stainless that we're going to put on each side with the engine cover, and then it's blue and it has the Bel Air logos in it. We're also going to make a short tube with a really nice blue air filter that's going to fit right in here.
Clearance is pretty tight down there, so that'll work good for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, the other ones, a lot of guys run them all the way down the front and out this side. I think it looks a little awkward, you know. So we're going to try and keep it nice and straight. But this is a beautiful car. Like, all the best parts in it. Beautiful paint on it. Lots of trim pieces, just real sharp. Underneath, all Corvette suspension, custom chassis. You know, it's just like the best of the best of the best. And this thing from one end to the other. It's nice when you get these, you can do it whatever needs to be done. And you look under the hood even. You know, billet cross braces, extra braces, billet hood hinges. You know, it just goes on and on and on. But all the little details in this car are incredible. Look at the chrome on the front. You know, like they're gorgeous, right? 440s, 383s we're looking for. If you got anything, give us a call.